Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Bristol Township Zoning Hearing Board. I'd like to get started. Please remove your hats and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, let me get started by introducing to a few people. So to my left is our solicitor, Keith Bidleymeyer, L&I supervisor, building and planning supervisor, Bo Fleming. Our stenographer sitting in for Cindy Oliveira tonight is Karen Browndorf. And I'll call the board. Mark DeMarcus. Here. Colleen Dunn. Here. Jim McMahon here. Okay. Let's get started on the agenda, please. Let's start number 1. Boris Strutstrom and Leon Kim, 14 Perennial Drive, Fairless Hills. Please come on up. Hand your mailings to the solicitor, please.
Do you know what date the house this was posted? 2 weeks ago. So it's been up for 2 weeks? Yes. And it's still up today? Is it still up today? Yes. Okay. All right, so when you get back to the podium, she's gonna swear you in. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. Give it to this gentleman right there.
Just make sure the green light's on in the microphone when you go up there, please.
No, I'm all discombobulated. Just that's fine. Shoot. Boris Sturman, spelled B-O-R-I-S. Last name spelled S-H-T-U-R-M-A-N. Yes. Mr. Sherman, you provided me some documents. There's 4 documents that you had your neighbor sign. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. And these are the forms that were provided to you by Bristol Township? Yes. All right. And then you also handed me 2 pages containing 2 black and white photos showing the property was posted. Is that correct? Yes. And the property was posted for a period of 2 weeks? Yes. And you advised me that the property is still posted as of today? Correct. Great.
You may proceed.
So the property is located at 14 Perennial Drive, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. We got the property back in 2021 October. The lot's been constructed since 1990. It's a single-family dwelling with a deck in the back and with a slope in the rear towards the park. We would like to put an in-ground pool, and we need the impervious. We will be removing the deck that's currently there, that's wooden, to replace it with the concrete decking towards the pool. And we're requesting the variance for that impervious surface to be constructed for the pool. That's the layout right there. Just go up. This one, you can just show the property 1 page up. So that's like the property zone, how we're proposing to put the pool, with the decking being removed and replaced by concrete, and then just a pool and a little concrete around it. And then if you can go to the next tab, next file, please. Yes. So as you can see, we have other neighbors do have the same periods they were allowed to build their pools compared to, so we're hoping that we can do the same. We are following the rules from the engineering. Everything else we agree upon and we'll handle accordingly from the township. And this will not do, this variance will not, do anything to the neighborhood, will not destroy it or make it worse or anything. So everything should be okay. I think that anybody has any questions?
How much over, Bo?
He's requesting 50%.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not, I didn't see anything in the packet, so I wasn't really sure, so. Anybody else have any questions? Colleen?
No, I don't. You asked it.
15? All right, 15% over impervious. Okay. Is that all you have?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody from the audience, public comment, like to come up for or against this project? Okay. What's the pleasure of the board? I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Call the board. Mark DeMarcus.
Yes.
Jim McMahon, yes. Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Okay, there you have it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
You'll get a letter from my office.
All right. Mary Beth Williams, 105 Gable Hill Road, Levittown. Please come on up.
Sir, here's the documents and pictures and the receipts of the,
Okay. If you, so this is your neighbor notifications. Did you post a, okay, there, I see
yeah,
it now.
yes, sir.
All right, do you know what date you posted it?
It's on the
On the
receipt right
picture?
here, yeah.
No, the date that you posted your house with the placard.
Oh, I did it as soon as my neighbor picked it up. It was the 27th, I posted it, yeah.
All right, March 27th?
Yeah,
All right, and is it still up today?
it's still up, yes.
Okay, great, thanks. I'm gonna ask you a
Okay.
couple questions when she swears you in.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mary Beth, Marybeth, Williams.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Williams, you handed me some documents. Two of the forms are signed by your neighbors, is that correct? The two
Yes,
doc
sir.
forms? Okay, and you also, it looks like you mailed another form to,
Yeah, my behind neighbor, because she's got like a big stockade fence and we haven't talked in like 20 years. And my next door neighbor is like a renter. He just moved in September. I really don't know him.
okay. And then you also advised that the property was posted with the placard given to you by the township on March 27th, is that correct?
Yes, I did, sir.
All right, and that placard's still up today?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay,
Both,
great.
there's two of them. One in the porthole window and one in my front window.
Very well, thank you.
You may proceed, Ms. Williams. Good.
Excuse me?
You may proceed.
I've been doing my childcare since 1996. I started as you can see in the documents I gave you, I started as a group daycare home, but then the state said that I needed a second person, so I changed it over to a family childcare home. So I've been doing this almost 30 years, and I take care of the children that fall in between the cracks. I have children that come that their parents can't afford the regular child care programs. And I take care of them. And I have children that, like, the intermediate unit comes in. That's for special needs children, and they come in and help. I love what I do, and I'm an affordable child care, and I just, yeah.
Do you have all the proper state licensing and all that other stuff?
Yes, sir. It's in your packet right there. You'll see everything. I've been licensed since 1996. I'm coming on 30 years right now in August. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Ms. Williams?
I have one. Do you
Yes,
also-
ma'am.
Do you also have insurance to run such a daycare?
Yes, I do. I have extra liability insurance. In fact, I pay through State Farm $1,600 a year for liability. And they're the only ones that will take in-home daycare.
How many children you have right now?
I have 4 to 5, that's it.
Ages?
Excuse me?
For the ages?
I don't start them until age 2, because of the state ratio. Like, if you have them younger, like, you can't have that many. So I do 2, and then they go till kindergarten. Most of them start with me at kindergarten, and then, yeah, like 2, and then they go to kindergarten, and that's it.
I saw your license for up to 6 children though, right?
Yeah, but I'm not, like, I'm older now, and I just take what I can handle. Like, right now, I have 1 child that has occupational therapy as well as speech, so I won't take a 6th child, because the child that I have right now takes more my attention.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions? Bo, anything to add? Anybody from the audience like to come up? Please come on up.
Tara Hardy. Tara Hardy. Yes. So I just wanted to come up. I have a 12-year-old son now that went through Mary Beth from the age of 2 to when he started school, up to 6 because he missed the cutoff. And then I currently have my 3-year-old son that goes to her. And I love her. I absolutely love her. She's great with the kids. They get the one-on-one attention. And to me, like society nowadays, they need more of her because she's strict. She keeps the same routine every day, and it's like going to grandma's house to me with my children. She's great with the kids, and I love her. Absolutely love her. And the world, I feel like, needs more of her. My 3-year-old did go to like the big daycare before he was of age of 2 to start with Mary Beth, and it was horrible. You have a bunch of kids with 1 or 2 people. Every day he had diaper rash. You know, there was a couple biting incidents. He was sick every other week. With her, none of that, because she, you know, all the kids, they behave. You know, if they do something wrong, they sit in the hallway for a minute, and they all respect each other. And like I said, it's like going to grandma's house, and I love her. You need more of her.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Please come on up.
I live next door to Mary Beth. Oh, Deborah Brady, Brady. I do. I just wanted to let you know that I live next door to Mary Beth. I've been there since she started her daycare back in the 90s. Her parents have been very nice over the years. They cause no problems in the neighborhood. They are very respectful. They park nice. They're quiet. Having a daycare next door, I've raised my children next door too. They're quiet. The kids are quiet in the backyard. You do hear them playing. It's a nice sound actually. But she has them, within certain specific times. And I just wanted to let you know that as far as a neighbor, I don't have any problem with living next door to her while she runs the daycare. I also have just put my grandson in part-time there, and he loves it. I love it. I'm right next door. I can go get him when I get home from work. So it's been a real blessing to have that next door to me too, and I trust her with my grandson.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Come on up.
Regina Sigeski, Sigeske.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth?
So help me God. Good evening, gentlemen. I've lived next door to Mary Beth. We moved in 94, and I had an 8-year-old son. As I was looking for jobs, she watched my son. She also taught self-defense to toddlers when she had that place. She's also involved in the Red Cross She gave Red Cross teachings. She taught classes. She was involved in search and rescue. She was also involved in Neighborhood Watch. This is all during the time. Now that she has retired from most of that, except for the Red Cross, you couldn't have a better person to watch your children. I have stopped over there numerous times during the days or the evenings, and these children are at lunch, sitting quietly at the table. They say please and thank you. They are always happy-go-lucky kids. She has an open-door policy where the parents can stop in whenever they want to take a chance and go in there and see exactly how their children are being handled. Back in the day, I told her I had a daycare thing going on down in the city before we moved up here. And we would talk about the different things that I did, which is she is also doing with these kids. She sits and she reads. There's story time, there's nap time, there's play time, and then there's just such a warm, loving, caring thing. These children come crying the first day, don't want to leave mama go. It takes them about 3 days when they're running through the door. They can't wait to go to Mary Beth's house. She's like the grandmother. So I just want to tell you about her character and the way she handles herself and those children.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right. I think we got enough information to Love Fest. So, all right. What's the pleasure of the board?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Need a second.
I'll second.
All right. Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Mark DeMarcus.
Yes.
Jim McMahon. Yes. Okay. There you go. Keep up the good work, Mary Beth.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, board.
Welcome.
Okay, number 3. Who? Okay, yeah, if anybody's here for anything on, from 1 and 2 on the agenda, you can leave. Okay, number 3, Hilbert Sindor, 1007 Stephen Avenue, Croydon. Please come on up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you want the engineer sworn in at the same time as my client?
Well, he's got to bring up his mail-ins first.
I already provided.
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Kumar.
Did not realize that. I apologize.
No, that's fine. My name is Barbara Kirk. I'm the attorney for the applicant.
Okay, yes, you can swear in all parties at one time if you like.
My name is Halbert Senador. Halbert, it's Hilbert. Senador is Anador.
Heath Dumack, Dumack.
You both swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Mr. Chairman, as Ms. Kirk stated, she previously provided the appropriate notices to me earlier today, and all the notices are satisfied. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Proceed.
Overall, as the application indicates, Mr. Senador owns and lives at 1007 Stephen Avenue in Croydon. It is his primary residence. He also has an accessory use of the property for religious worship. He's seeking approval from the board to permit the continued religious worship at his property, along with several dimensional variances. If I may, I begin questioning my client. Mr. Senador, describe the area where your property is located.
It's in my backyard, and I'm extending a small room to that I'm using for worship place
Okay.
for my family.
But where your house is located, what type of neighborhood is it?
It's a very quiet, very nice people. It's been a long time there since my parents lived there, and they're very, very nice people.
And is there a house on the property?
Pardon me?
Do you own a house on the
Yes.
property? And describe the house, how many bedrooms and that type of
There
thing.
is 3 bedrooms.
Okay. And who owns the property?
Me.
Okay, and whose else's name is on the deed?
Me and my mother. Yeah, my mother is she passed away for 3 years ago, And she just give that to me, the house.
So you continue to live in the house, although it's still in your name and your mother's name, correct?
Yes.
Now, how long have you lived at that house?
I think I remember, look like I moved that house for, look like 2011.
Between when?
With 2011.
Okay. And in 2014, did you put an addition on the house?
Yes.
And describe what the addition was.
Well, I am a pastor, and I just, I'm doing to my living room to look like a Bible study. Until that I decided to, I just built in my backyard a small room I can use for worship place.
Okay. May I approach? Habit.
Barbara, are these pre-marked or you may mark them?
You can mark them if you don't mind.
For the record, we'll mark the packet handed up as A1 for applicant 1.
Okay. It's actually multiple copies for everybody. Now, Mr. Senador, I'm showing you what's been marked as Exhibit A1. Do you recognize that? Do you recognize what this is?
Yes, yes.
And can you describe what that is?
This is this is my permit before when I built the pavilion.
Okay. And at the time you applied for the permit, it was just a pavilion that you built onto the house, correct?
Yes.
And
Your Honor.
since then, what have you done to the pavilion?
And then actually there's somebody called me in the court. I sit down there for like 7 people. They asking me what you're planning for your pavilion, why you you build. So I explained to them that I go in that to include in the future to make a worship place.
Okay.
And I don't remember anybody who's in there, but they said to me, okay, you can close it anytime. So that's why I decided to close it.
And in the pavilion area, when did you start using it for religious worship?
It's looked like since looked like 5 years ago.
Okay.
5 years ago.
If I may, Mr. Bidlingmeyer, can these be marked as A2? There are multiple copies for everybody. Now, Mr. Senador, I'm showing you what's been marked as Exhibit A2. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, yes,
And it consists of 2 pages, correct?
yes.
And what does Exhibit A2 show to the board?
I'm just using for worship place.
So let's break it down. The first picture on the first page shows the current condition of the addition that you put on in 2014, correct?
That's right, yes. Your
And
Honor.
you have rows of seating for people?
No, this only look like 7, 8 people sometimes. Yeah.
How many?
Look like 6.
6 or 7?
people or 7.
Okay. Your accent is heavy. I thought you said
sorry.
70. And these people come to your house here for religious worship, correct?
Yes, yes.
How often do these people come to your property?
Just once a week, every Sunday.
And what are the hours usually?
We holding there for look like 2 o'clock in the afternoon until like 3 o'clock.
Okay.
3:30 is the late, yeah.
And what is the maximum number of people that have come to the house for the worship?
Look like the very highest is 12 people, but they're not show up actually every Sunday just because there are seniors. Look like sometimes they come in for like 5 people, 6 people. Last time I have 3 people come into my home.
And how do they usually get to your house for the religious worship on Sunday?
Because of this, because of they are all senior citizens, they're not driving. So my brothers is helping me to pick it up them to the 6-passenger pilot.
So if you go to the second page, the photograph in the top right corner, is that an interior photograph of the 6-passenger van?
Yes, yes.
And who owns
That's a
it?
12-passenger van. Yeah,
Okay.
But I just pick up look like 6 people, 5 people.
And who owns that van?
Me.
Okay.
It's mine.
And you use that van to go around and pick up your friends and acquaintances to come to the house for
Yes.
worship?
Yes.
And if they're not going in the van, how else do they get to your property? Do they drive? Do they walk? How do they?
No, they're not walking. They're expecting only to pick it up for them because they are senior citizens.
And what do you do with the van once you pick up everybody?
Well, I just pick up to my driveway.
In the driveway?
Yeah.
And how
Sometimes
many-
on the street, yeah, but they're not bothering my neighborhood. I'm not blocking their driveway.
How many cars can you fit on your driveway?
And I think it look like 5 or 4 to 5. Yeah, 4 to 5.
Okay. And besides the house, what else is on your property?
Beside my house?
If you look at the picture over there, you have the house.
Yeah, I have a garage.
And how
And,
many, and that's in the back of the house?
That's right.
And how many cars can fit in that garage?
2.
Okay. And what else besides the garage?
When I already purchased my parents' house, when they gave it to me, I just already there to look like a small pavilion. I don't know, small storage room.
A
You
shed?
buy, yes, shed. You buy in Home Depot, and on the other side.
Now, did you install the garage on the house, in the property? Or was it there when you
That's
moved?
it there already. Yeah, my parents will purchase that.
When your parents purchased the property? And then what about the 2 sheds? Who put them in?
Yeah, it's me.
You did?
Yeah, you did.
You installed those sheds?
Yeah, they look like I buy in Home in Amazon, and then I just built in there.
Okay. Now, you were here because you received a notice of violation from the township, correct?
Yes, I'm
What
accept that.
prompted that notice of violation to be issued?
Well,
What were you doing to the property that caused the notice to be issued?
Well, I'm willing to, if you're giving me penalty about that, that's illegal, I'm sorry about that. I'm willing to pay that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Don't think
sorry.
you understand what I'm asking.
I don't know, sorry.
In the packet, there was a photograph, a couple of photographs. If I may direct the board's attention to the 2 sheets of colored photographs in the packet. Do you recognize these photographs?
Oh, yes, yes.
And what are those photographs?
Well, I decided myself to, I said, I just make another room to, I can make look like a recreation for my groups. Because they're senior citizens, I can bring them into the look like in the picnic area, because they're very weak. So I said, I'm gonna make this another room in here to that, in summertime, instead we're gonna go somewhere else, we're gonna look like holding there, look like a barbecue.
So you had a contractor come in and construct another pavilion at the rear of the property,
Only my friends, I have friends to help me that.
okay? And they came in and built this, correct?
That's right, yes.
And they did not get the necessary permits to build it,
That's my
correct?
fault, yeah.
Are you planning to put walls?
No,
You want to keep it
just
open,
only open.
and you said strictly to be used for what?
Or look like we look like barbecue in summertime for my small group.
Okay. And if this board were inclined to approve the relief you're requesting, would you agree to a condition that that pavilion cannot be enclosed at any point in time? In other words, you cannot put any walls on that at any
I
time.
don't like to put that walls.
And if the board were inclined to approve your relief, would you agree to a condition that no more than 12 persons can come to your house on Sundays for religious worship?
That's right,
And that all of the transportation must be done by that passenger van that you own?
yes.
Okay. I have no further questions of Mr. Senador.
Okay, not for nothing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This picture here, this pavilion, we're gonna call it, is connected to the structure of the house. So, I don't know where you separate house from pavilion. I can't answer that question, but seems to me that this is a major problem for me.
The pavilion?
Yes, without a doubt. And then, listen, and then, in your own picture, in your own packet, the van is parked, this is your van right here, right?
Yes.
Yes, you said it's parked in the driveway, it's obviously in the street
Yeah, I put in the streets, yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes in the street, Your Honor,
So
sometimes in.
what are these accessory buildings here? what's this, what's that, what's this right here?
Mr. McMahon, are you referring to the photograph that has with the X's on them?
Yes.
Okay, so what is this here, Mr. Senator? What's this structure? That's the garage, correct?
Yes, yes.
And what is this in the corner, in the upper right corner?
That's a storage. Yeah, storage that I buy to the Home Depot, Amazon.
A storage shed?
Yes, storage, yeah.
And then on the, in the back, in the left corner?
Yeah, that's a small storage.
That's another small
yeah,
storage
small
shed.
storage, yeah.
So you build a pavilion, right? Here's your permit for the pavilion.
That was for 2014, sir.
Right, I know,
Okay.
2014. So does this pavilion have walls on it now?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, Your Honor.
okay, that's what I thought you said.
Thank
I
you.
wasn't 100% sure, but that's what you said, that's what I thought. Okay. I don't want to take up everybody's time here. Anybody else from the board have any questions or comments or concerns at this point?
If I may, Mr. McMahon?
Sure.
I also
Please.
have had conversations with Mr. McPeak and the zoning officer who issued the notice of violation. I came up and met with them about 2 months ago. And I do know that there are issues of certain structures that did not get permits. We will be submitting applications for the permits. I wanted to get through this step first to see what this board's decision would be before we move to the next step of the permits.
So, Bo, correct me if I'm wrong, that the pavilion is attached to the house. Where do you separate, it's the house and the pavilion? It's attached to the house. Right, so it's no longer a pavilion in my eyes. Okay, that's what I,
But that was also pavilion at one time.
no, this is all,
But no, but I mean,
no, that's,
What's this-
this
what's
is
this from?
completely different than the pavilion. That is now got walls on it. This.
well, that's what I'm saying, is that?
No,
that-
this is
that-
different.
No,
This
but
is
is that
no-
what this is connected to now?
No.
Was this originally the,
So if I may,
Yes.
to make it easy for the board, the photograph that you have in the packet, give me a second.
I mean, him worshiping in there has not, I mean, that's the least of the problems
That's
here.
fine.
Right.
So
Thank you,
this
thank you.
part with the cross on it
Yeah.
was the original pavilion built in 2014.
That's what I was asking.
Right, yes, okay,
that's what I was
That has
asking.
since been enclosed,
right.
and there is an issue of an air conditioning unit in the wall that we need to get a permit for. And I understand that, and I acknowledge that we need to do that. The applicant then built, via Friends, another pavilion in the back using 4 wooden posts and a roof to create an outdoor area for people, his friends and the congregants, to have picnics.
Right.
The applicant understands that
I'm
if,
counting 6 posts, and I'm counting 4 posts, so,
yes, you are correct.
Okay.
Yes, 6 posts. We understand the situation. We
Right.
understand if the board isn't not inclined to grant relief for this.
sure,
The applicant is fully aware that he would have to take the structure down.
okay,
We understand that.
right.
I do have Mr. Dumack here who can testify as to the dimensional variances, because that's more his area of expertise than the applicant.
Yeah, because you got, I mean, there's setback and side yard setback, and there's, I mean, we could go on and on and on and on here. Like,
So-
what, Bo, how much are they over impervious?
It's up to 49.96%.
Okay, that's,
So, I mean, it says right here, I think they're requesting 7 different variances over impervious, building area, setbacks.
yeah,
I mean, I can keep going, but I think the biggest one is also the permitted use as well. So that's kind of number 1. I think we start from there.
like, to assemble there, he's only bringing in 6 people, but what's the square footage to, can you have that many people in there? I don't know.
Well, that's also why they're here. I mean, it's
Right.
not a permitted use to
Right.
start with, so.
Well, technically, it is a permitted use under the zoning regulations. It's just that the primary use is a residential home with an accessory use of having a place of worship for applicants. It is 400 square feet. I believe it's a 20 by 20 area. The applicant has requested a variance from off-street parking. Again, acknowledging that he's using a multi-purpose van to bring the people in and out of the house during those times. He is agreeable to any conditions that the board may impose upon the relief granted, like not to exceed 10 people, you know, no separate transportation other than either walking or the transportation van that he has.
So, okay, so the 20 by 20 garage, the 2014, he never got permission to wall this thing in.
No, she did.
I know she did, but,
So they could start from there. Yeah,
That's what I was trying to say, because there's a pavilion on top of a pavilion that isn't a pavilion anymore.
that's right.
Is-
And neither is the pavilion, the new pavilion.
Freestanding structure.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pavilion, the definition of a pavilion is a freestanding structure. It's attached to the house. So it's no longer a pavilion. Let's be honest about that. I mean, Mr. Dumack can correct me if I'm wrong, but
And part of this is a translation. I mean, Mr. Senator is Filipino.
Right.
There's certain things that he has made, he said he has gone through the process with getting permission for that first structure being
Sure.
put on.
Okay.
Which led me to come up here
Fair
and
enough.
talk to everybody in
All
the
right.
borough. We're trying to clean up.
there
I have a
is
question for
quite,
Bo.
go ahead, Colin.
Bo, how many open violations do they have as of right now?
Offhand, I do not know, Colleen. I know they are in violation. From what I have here, I believe it could just be the working without permits aspect, which could be 205-171, but also 205-174. Possibly potential two. Did you guys receive court
We
citations
received,
already?
no,
Okay.
because this is what happened. The two notices of violation that were issued were just the zoning violation, because originally the complaint was for operating a rental unit. And when I met with everybody here at the borough and we said, township, and we said we were filing a zoning application for what the intended use was, that, they have not moved on that, knowing we were filing for zoning, as opposed to me filing an appeal to the Code Appeals Board. The second violation was under housing standards, and the violation was for, to submit a rental application, which is not applicable, and then to do, permits, which I said we will do after I figured, let's get to this stage first before we go and apply for permits.
So at this point, Colleen, it's just 205-171, which is basically performing all of the work and operating the business operating the place of worship out of the
And then,
and the work.
so there was no inspection of the utilities that were then connected as well? So the township didn't go out and inspect a new, I don't know if there's utilities in that pavilion / new garage? Are there utilities?
There wasn't a permit, so
Well, there must be if there's air conditioning, then you have electric.
We'll see now.
It's the,
Use the one we were talking about, so that's all.
it's
old
the
one.
addition, it's the piece that got closed in as part of the house, has the utility of electric and air conditioning. And the air conditioning, there was an electrical inspection, because that was permitted. That got issued. There was, it's one of those wall units that go in for, like, the accessory, air conditioning unit, I can't think of the name of it.
A mini split.
Mini split, thank you, that needs to be permitted. As far as the two sheds and the garage, there are no utilities to those structures.
Even the old pavilion, they put walls up, there was no electrical inspection, there was no electrical permit, there was no building permit, no nothing.
I can't speak on that permit as of right now. I
Right.
can do research and I can find that out.
Right.
But at this time, I cannot answer
Okay.
that.
All right,
To my knowledge, this all
They have
stemmed
a,
from work
they
that
have a
is
permit,
performed now.
electrical
And
bill.
then when they found out the work was being performed then, I'm assuming Carla did a history dive and saw that there was a permit pulled back in 2014 as for what they had permission for. As for what
I
work
mean-
was done after that, I cannot speak.
So if I may, when I met with them, we went through everything, and I was told there was no permits for the two sheds. There was no permit for, apparently there's an overhang that was added to the garage that needed to get a permit. There needed to be a permit for the mini split air conditioning unit, and then the permit for the new structure being built, or else it had to be removed. So everything else was a permitted. Those were the only things that needed to be done. And that's when I met with Mr. McTeague and Heather, is her name? Carla.
Ms. Kerr, you understand this is a huge ask right here. Like, so let's take it one step at a time here, all right? So, impervious surface, what are we talking?
Okay, so can I have Mr. Dumas
Sure,
testify?
please.
Go sit down, Mr. Senator.
I'll just go with this.
If I may,
No. Go ahead.
you need
I'm
me to
sorry.
go through Mr. Dumak's credentials or will
No,
the board?
absolutely not. We know who Mr. Dumas.
Thank you. Mr. Dumac, run through the list of dimensional issues at the property.
Sure. Right now, we have a 32.94% building coverage area where 25% is allowed. With the,
Let me stop you there. That
Yes,
building
ma'am.
coverage area, does that include the new
Yes.
piece in the back?
the new pavilion,
That's not a pavilion really, but
the sunroom,
some,
porch,
whatever.
Yes.
How large is that structure?
387 square feet.
So if that had to be removed, what would it bring our building coverage down to? Can you do that calculation? Here, go ahead. Sorry.
We worked that out for impervious surface, but not for building coverage. So give me 30 seconds. And just so everyone goes along with it, 1,791 square feet's the dwelling. The garage is 616. The sheds are 252. Total number without the porch pavilion under construction, you're at 2659. Total lot area, 9,246. You're at 28.75%.
Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead with the rest of what's the impervious?
Impervious surface, right now with the pavilion porch attached, you're at 46.69% instead of the allowable 35. If you take out that pavilion, you're at approximately 42%.
Okay. Now we're
All right.
getting somewhere.
The next item is,
Should I be keeping the two sheds in the back? Impervious, right?
3 sheds.
The 3 sheds in the back.
2 sheds and a garage.
Two sh-
Oh, there's a third shed. There's 3 sheds in the garage, sheds in the
sheds in the
garage.
front. So with them 3 sheds, still impervious after taking down that structure would be 42%.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, cool.
All right.
Yeah,
The rear yard setback, if we take down that pavilion, right now, we're at, with that pavilion, we're at 1.41 feet for the front, for the rear yard setback. If we take that out, then the existing garage setback would probably govern, and you're at 18.43 feet.
And to the best of your knowledge, that garage was not installed by Mr. Senator. That's been there, correct?
That's correct.
So that would be an existing nonconformity.
Yes.
okay,
And then the other accessory shed, we're at 0.91 feet from a side yard setback. My apologies, hold on.
Do you need,
No, I just need to open the plan.
is that the building setback for the,
For the rear, it's actually the left northwest corner shed, which is 0.91 feet off the rear setback, which is supposed to be 5 feet.
right,
and then the overall new structure encroaches into the rear yard setback, being close to the rear property line, correct?
Yes,
So if that were removed, then the existing building would be
in compliance.
in compliance.
okay. So then what we have left is the permitted use, right?
Correct?
Okay, we're good on the pervious, the sheds, the mini split. That's just a permit issue, right?
Correct?
That's it, just the mini split, nothing else. You're not sure yet. Okay, all right,
I mean, I'm making a representation that that was that in the shed, so.
okay. So, permitted use as a place of worship needs a certain amount of parking spots. No? Is that what we're getting at with the parking thing? Okay,
And if, and I did attach an addendum to the application where I did the calculations based on one space for every 40 square feet plus 2 for the residential, which, based on my calculation, would be roughly 17 off-street parking spaces. But again, if there's a maximum number of participants that are permitted, and again, a condition that only that multi-passenger van be used, we would not,
so condition on the max of parishioners, 6, 8, I don't,
Mr. Senador did say the most he ever had there was 12, but generally it averages between 6 and 10.
okay,
Yes, sir.
so we'll go 8. That's something he would have to agree to, right?
Yes.
If we so choose to,
If you so choose.
that's right, okay. All right. So that's the parking thing, I mean, let's be honest, you're never gonna get 17 parking spots, right?
No, and if you see, it is an odd-shaped lot in that it's like, almost like a pie shape, as opposed to squared or rectangular. And we did provide notice. Not only did Mr. Senador pick up the letters and hand them out, I personally had letters mailed by certified mail, and we have not received any objections from any of the adjacent property owners. And that was the 3 in the back, 1 on either side, and the 1 across the street.
Okay. All right, well, I think, public comment's gonna be next, I believe. All right, please come on up, sir.
My name's Stephen Lezinski, Lezinczynski. Yes. May I approach?
Absolutely.
I live in 1008 Hillary, directly behind this building.
Hold on 1 second, please.
Just for the record, we'll mark these as L1. Is it, how do you pronounce it?
Lezinski.
Lezinski, okay. So we'll mark it as L1. And also for the record, he handed out 3 pages containing 6 color photographs.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. In 2014, supposedly they got a permit for the pavilion. And then all of a sudden, following year, walls appeared and no permits. Well, when I reported it, I asked, is there any permits pulled in the building? They told me no, so you're gonna be checking on that. So I proceeded to file the paperwork to be here tonight. And the back pavilion is sitting in the drainage for the water runs, the grade runs down the wiring, same way Pico does. And Pico wasn't obviously informed of whatever's going on there on that picture. And these people here live right behind it. We got these letters from the lawyer, and the impervious surface, the drainage, the construction, the pavilion. If the first one had a permit, your company the L&I came out and checked how deep the concrete was, but that was for a pavilion. Is that a structural home built on it? Question mark, question mark. So now we put a building on a building right up against the fence line with the electric wires from Pico laying on top of it, which is a fire hazard. And in the wind, the aggregate on the shingles is, you can hear it. But whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, all I want to achieve here is that you guys make this right. Whatever legally for the township is right.
Sure.
That's it. I'm not going to waste any more of your time.
So, I usually don't ask questions to public comment, but as far as the church, the worshiping thing goes, is it that an issue?
Not until they put up another building. If it was going on, they were keeping to themselves and it wasn't bothering anybody.
So this
The parking, and then it turns into more impervious surface, it turns into handicap access, bathroom, whole other world of stuff. I don't even understand why they went that route. They should have put their building up and just fought that one and kept their mouth shut personally.
All right, thank you. Who else? Anybody else? Bo, anything to add? Okay, well, I don't even know where to get, I don't even know where to
I want to return the photos.
Sure.
I think they're pretty much duplicative of some of the photos I already attached. And again,
So as a board, so the building part of it, is, if, let's start with the second pavilion. I'm just speaking for myself, is definitely has to go. That's my feelings, my personal feelings. Because once that comes down, some of this other stuff becomes a little easier to digest, I think, for me. I don't know what the feelings are for the rest of you. Feel free to speak up at any point and shut me up, but I don't know really where to take this thing, to be honest with you.
I would agree. I mean, the main thing is the second pavilion, or the pavilion.
Right. My other thing is the first pavilion, and this gentleman brought it up, that the footings, we got the electrical inspection, the building, all that stuff was never done for a pavilion. Are the footings different than?
I'm not saying, I wasn't in that meeting that they had that.
Right.
But we will get to the bottom of that, and
Right.
that will all be rectified.
Okay.
That is the pleasure of the board.
So condition, get to the bottom of the first pavilion.
so if I may be able to address some of that. 'cause
Sure, feel free.
There is, I have a copy of a building permit application that was submitted after the construction of that quote pavilion. I don't know, I mean, I can show it to,
It's just an application though?
it's, again, I couldn't, Mr. Senator didn't have a signed version, but everything shows what was being put up, so.
But you don't know that that was approved or denied, I'm saying?
Now, well, I have the permit for that pavilion structure, but I think this was being submitted at the time that he was putting the walls
Well,
up.
it was
So-
never submitted because there'd be a permit number.
Well, that's, yeah, the copy he had, but I'm
Yeah,
saying,
so that means it was never turned in.
okay. Thank you.
So once that structure comes down, the second pavilion, there'll be a 42% of impervious, so that's closer to the 35 mark, right? The mini split is part of the first pavilion. Parking is, they're never gonna hit 17, so. Setback,
If I'm not mistaken, Jim, if I can, I mean, that variance that they're seeking in the parking, wouldn't you have to vote on the permitted use?
okay, fair enough. Okay,
But just to backtrack now,
go ahead.
we may have to make sure that that's a legitimate addition to make it a place of worship if it's not licensed and inspected.
It would have to be approved up to that point. if
Right.
You guys deem that you would like to
Right.
permit this
So how can we permit the permitted use of,
on a condition that the building be
Condition.
inspected and up to code,
okay,
and all permits be turned in.
Colleen, you have anything to add to this, or no? Okay, well, let's just, yeah, okay. Ms. Kerr, you have anything else to present to the board at this time?
Only that if the board were inclined to impose certain conditions,
Okay,
and even if it meant filing a declaration of restriction as to the use on the property, Mr. Senador would be acceptable to that. I've spoken to him about limitation of people coming to the house of worship, limitation as to the means of transportation to the property. He is aware that he possibly would have to take that other structure down from the rear, and that we'd have to apply for all necessary permits. Again, I already spoke, I have been told of 4, whatever else is needed would have to be done. So if there are any additional conditions that the board are going to impose,
Yeah,
I'd like
well-
the opportunity to speak to Mr. Senador
Yeah.
about those conditions.
the maximum number of worshipers is another condition that I would like, I mean, it says 10, 12, 8, I mean, if 8 is reasonable or 10's reasonable, I don't know. So, I mean, if you want to speak to him about that, I mean.
I think Mr. Senador was asking for 10.
Okay. All right. 10's on the application, okay. All right. All right, so the structure comes down, max number 10, building permits for the, permitted for the first pavilion, second pavilion comes down. What's the
Jim, I have a safety concern.
sure, go
If we're
ahead.
not sure of the footings on the pavilion per se that was enclosed,
Mhm.
I think it would be unwise of us to approve anything until we're sure that that building is not gonna crumble on top of people.
So if I may, there was a construction permit issued for the pavilion with the footing.
Yeah, but that was for a pavilion, that wasn't for a dwelling, a structure, with walls and electric in it, and I don't know what else is in there. It could be plumbing, could be, I mean.
Do the footings just go where the posts are, or do they run the whole gamut of the building? There's too many questions that aren't answered for me
Yes.
to actually vote on anything
Okay,
other than.
fair enough. Ms. Kerr, what do you think about Bob? I mean, we can table this, continuance, Keith?
I was gonna say, if the building was not existing, they would have to go through and satisfy all township concerns, building concerns, footings, electrical. In the event that the appropriate permits weren't pulled to make this an enclosed structure, the township's still gonna have to go out and do the appropriate inspections. If they deem it to be not qualifying or it
Then all
doesn't
this is
satisfy,
disqualified.
then they can't use the structure. It would, they would have to be deemed, I don't know the appropriate term that the township would use, but they would deem the structure not inhabitable, but they couldn't use it. So that's something that, would have to go through the township, the appropriate inspections, if this board approves that, because there's no prior approvals back in 2014
Okay.
for an enclosed structure.
Does that help you at all, Colleen?
No,
Okay.
I'm honest.
No, you absolutely. I want you to be honest, for sure. All right, so. Okay. What's the pleasure of the board? I need a motion for or against. We're not gonna.
I'll make a motion to deny the application.
Yeah, I'm gonna second that. All right, it's a lot, and, a lot of unknowns, and, so, I'm gonna call the board. Colleen Dunn,
Yes.
Jim McMahon, yes. Mark DeMarcus,
Yes.
there you go.
May we be excused?
Be excused, yeah.
Yes, please, I'll make it part of the file.
Okay. All right. What's that? Yes.
Is that yours? No, it's mine.
All right. Number 4, Charles W. Seaberger, 2000 Julia Court, Ben Salem. How we doing?
Very well, and you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you.
To the township? Okay, great. Do you have the posting? I guess not the phone, the posting? Okay, yeah, it's. He's an email on March 27th saying, the posting on the property, I'll ask him if there's a picture attached to it. Mr. Stewart, the email that you sent to Ms. Reagan, was there a picture attached to that showing the property was posted?
Yes, there should be 3 pictures attached.
Okay. Did you open this already? Did you open the application? I can ask him a couple questions.
What's that?
Did you open this, did you announce this already? I'm sorry. I don't want to jump the gun.
Yeah.
Application.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Stewart, you handed up some documents, the certified green cards, and the form letter from the township went to all the appropriate addresses that the township provided you. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, and you also emailed proof of posting to Dawn Reagan at the township, and that was sent March 27th. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Okay, and since it's a vacant lot, I assume the property was just posted with a placard, some form of stake?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and is that placard still up today, do you know?
Placard's still up today? Is it still posted?
I do not know.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, has it been up for a period of 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Great, thank you.
You could proceed.
Good evening, my name is Christopher Stewart. I represent Charles Seaberger, who owns tax map parcels 95 and 96. And I have an aerial view of the parcels, the current status of the parcels. You notice you have the large one and the small one. The large one consists of approximately 30,000 square feet. The smaller one, 5,000 square feet. We were before you just over 9 years ago, and for a lot line change and some land development. Unfortunately, that deal did not work out, so we are back before you again tonight with something that's similar, but I think is going to be even better and easier for the board.
Nothing was changed from commercial to residential? on
Yeah,
that
so-
meeting?
So,
Just lot lines, that's it?
yeah, and things weren't, we went through the process here, but things were not recorded and things like that because, again, the deal fell through.
Okay.
Okay? So, again, similar, but just a little different, and I think a little easier for the board. So if you remember last time, we were talking about changing with use variance to residential. That is no longer the case. We are before you for a total of 1 dimensional variance. Okay?
But it was changed from commercial to residential, now it's.
So, well, we asked for a use variance the last time. It is currently zoned C Commercial District.
Right.
Correct. And everything that we're planning to do is consistent with that.
They didn't ask for a variance the last time you were here to change it to residential?
No, not to change the zoning.
Okay, all right.
Correct. Correct.
9 years ago, that's why I'm asking.
Yes, absolutely. So similar to what we talked about before, basically taking this line here and flipping it down to make 2 equal lots. 17,500 square feet. So with regards to a C commercial district, they are going to be sufficient in all ways with regard to area requirements. The first, we'll call this lot number 1 on the bottom. There is no changes other than the lot line change, but as far as land development, nothing's going to happen there. It has been used as an automobile servicing business since 9 years ago. Before that, it hasn't changed. But again, there's nothing changing there. It's going to be lot number 2 where you see the development. And if you don't mind, that plot plan. And then again, just one turn to the right. There we go. All right, and what's being proposed is a commercial building. It's going to be a 3-door garage. It'll be used as warehousing for a contractor. As far as the zoning's concerned, there is, as I mentioned, everything is fine except for one item, and that is the rear yard setback. What we're proposing is a 30-foot rear yard setback as opposed to the 35 that's required by the ordinance. As far as, and obviously the engineers and our draftsmen, in looking at this building, the issue, as far as moving it forward to try to avoid that, we kind of run into the parking, plus there's another 10-foot buffer there, which may, he will be asking for waivers from curbs and sidewalks, but it may, depending on whether the waiver's granted, end up with curbs and sidewalks there as well. So that, in a nutshell, is the relief he's seeking.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
I have one.
Sure.
All the storage is going to be done inside the proposed building? Nothing outside?
Correct.
Thank you.
All right. What kind of contractor are we talking about here?
Go ahead. Oh, swear him in.
Can you state your name, please, and spell it?
Charles Seeberger, Seeberger.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
nothing but the truth, so help you God?
All right, the
Contractor.
The gentleman who is buying the property is just a small general contractor, home improvements as far as I know. He does some homes, and he was going to use this area as a base.
So is this on the condition that we approve this, that you sell this property? Is that what you're telling me?
It is going to be sold, yes.
Okay. All right. Bo, anything to add? Okay. Audience participation, please come on up.
How you doing? My name's Andy Updike. I live UPD, IKE. I live at 2039 Buchanan Street, Croydon, PA.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes. So the signs, like you said, they were put out there, wasn't on a Friday. They were there Saturday. Sunday, somebody took them at 6:30, walked all the way down from the end of the street from Spring, walked all the way down. You can see the person knocking them down. Now, this gentleman was there a couple days later. They were doing either parking or something with the ground. I have pictures of it. I have pictures of the guy walking down the street. You can tell it wasn't a kid. It was a gentleman. He was at the spot. You could see clear as day his work van in the picture. The signs weren't there. So there's a lie. So he can't tell us that there's going to be stuff out there. The guy down the street said the same thing. Dude, they have skidsters. And 6 o'clock in the morning, I hear boom, boom, them filling up dump trucks. So for him to say that he's just going to sell it to somebody, can't tell us who he's selling it to, is not right. I have commercial vehicles coming down, up and down my street, left and right. My kid, I can't even leave him out in the street. I have other kids on the street, the same. This is a safety reason. This is a really nice development. I rode my bike on this street when I was a kid. This is not safe. And what he's saying, he's just doing it for money. He doesn't care. He lives in Ben Salem.
All right, we don't have to,
That's all I got to say. I have video if you guys want to see.
okay, thank you.
My name is Mike Donahue, M-I-K-E-D-O-N-A-H-U-E. I do. Meeting. I live across the street from the lot in question. That, did want to say that comment about that marker being up there for 2 weeks was not accurate. I went over and saw it, and then, 2 days later it was down, so, that's not really accurate there. And also, I believe this is a huge safety issue. Since I live across the street, I can verify, the commercial vehicles that do come down. There's kids across the street, they're on the end there, and, it's a high activity for such of commercial equipment for such a small, quiet area. I don't know what, the contractor will be doing, how many trucks, if he has he says he does home improvement, what exactly does that entail? Flatbeds, is he out of his F-150 or whatever it may be? And as a individual wanting to get back his money, his return, he's looking to, prosper and grow the business, so God knows what that can, lead to in 12, 24, or 36 months. So, Andy was correct about it being a nice, safe, serene community, with the exception, of these things that we see that, do put the safety of not only the children, but anybody who's in the line of those trucks flying down that road. So that's what I'd like to add to that, though. Thank you.
Jose Morales, and I live in 2024 Buchanan. Morales, M-O-R-A-L-E-S.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes. I live in 2024. I have 3 grandchildren, and I think it's a safety reason when it comes to with having more commercial buildings in there because of the way that they drive through our neighborhood. And our kids cannot play without us being 24 hours or all the time with them there. There's no sidewalk. And it's true regarding how they drive through our neighborhood. Either it's a right now even they use it for U-turns and taking down cables. And since we don't know who is gonna end up buying it, I think it's gonna produce more of problems with our kids. All right, thank you.
My name is Bill Morrow, M-O-R-R-O-W. I live on 2001 Buchanan Avenue, Croydon, Pennsylvania, 99021.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do. Good evening, everyone. I live at the other end of the block in question here with the construction, well, not construction, but the property to be with the lot line change to change the building area for them to do what they want to do. And what was said earlier about the congestion on that street, it's a family neighborhood, first of all. It always has been a family, I lived there all my life. And it's always been a nice neighborhood for raising children and stuff. And with what's going on there with the neighborhood, with the development, because of the zoning, has been changed recently to go from, it would just always be residential on the first half of the block, and the second half was always commercial. They came in a few years back and they changed the zoning and made a lot of it all commercial. But the property in question here, I believe we met some years ago, you said 9 years ago, when initially you were gonna build a property for your son, and you're gonna rent out the other one, right? And I'm just trying to get my act together here. All right, fair enough. My hands are on here. All right, point made. Anyway, he was supposed to build a home, twin home. One for his son and one that was gonna be rented out. And I came up and I questioned it. And I was okay with it when they explained what he was gonna do. I said, that sounds like a good, we're still gonna keep the neighborhood right, and it won't be bad on the eyes too. Because as soon as you're pulling off of 13, you start seeing the businesses, you know, and if it's zoned that way, then we have to accept that. But if it isn't, and you try and change it with a lot line change and build a big warehouse and send more trucks down the street, it's not acceptable. Not when we have to hear it. It's noisy, very noisy with the trucks. They don't stick to the rules. You would have to have somebody out there, with a stick or something to tell them you can't do it, but they do it anyway. So all I'm saying here is I'm against it. I don't appreciate the way that it's being shoved down our throats, and I wish it would be looked at a little closer. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Sorry, I thought everybody was done. Kathy Carpenter, Carpenter. C. Yes. I'm 2 houses away from where this is requesting, I guess, to be built. It's surrounded by houses. We have all behind us. I have nothing but businesses behind me, and I have had enough of the businesses. They're out there, they're revving their engines, motorcycles, dump trucks moving rocks at 5 o'clock in the morning, filling up trucks, constantly blasting music is just a nightmare. I've already had it up to here with the businesses. I also have 2 grandchildren who come to my house frequently, and I don't allow them to play out front of my house at all. They have to play only in the backyard because of all this. They screech tires up and down our streets with race cars and quads and motorcycles and everything from these businesses, and I've just had enough. And I'd like to keep our street residential. If they want to build a business out on 13, then let them build it out on 13, but not on Buchanan Avenue. That's all I have to say.
Anybody else?
Hi, I'm a little sick. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, my name is Janet Serrato, S-E-R-R-A-T-O. I live in 2034 Buchanan, next to the lot. I have 4 girls, and I wouldn't like big trucks to go in and out since they're always outside playing. My yard is right next to it. My smaller one is 6-year-old. So it already happened before. That's why they put a lot of blocks. Cars been going in and doing burnouts. They've been doing burnouts. And my girls been playing outside. Also, trucks be going in 18-wheel cars, and they be taking they put cables down because they don't fit, cables break down. And we live like right next to it. They starts like little fire and stuff like that every time they go in. So.
Okay, thank you. All right, anybody else? Going once, going twice? Okay. All right, so, Mr. Stewart, I did have a final question to answer. What exactly is your hardship on this variance?
Well, again, I think with regard to the hardship, looking back at the prior application that was approved by the board and the numerous variances that happened there, here we were talking about one variance, a dimensional variance at that, not a use variance, and that's what I think is also very interesting. And I understand the neighbors coming out, they live there, and I completely understand why they would come out for an application like this. However, the reality is this property is zoned C Commercial District. And that's really what their issue is, that the property is zoned C Commercial District. So what my client's doing is consistent with the zoning ordinance. So again, it really shouldn't be, that should not be a factor here. I would say that the major factor would also be looking at the financial implications here for such a small dimensional variance of 5 feet. And there may be some case law on that. However, I would also go back to the fact that we're also talking about a dimensional variance and a minor dimensional variance at that, especially with 5 feet, there still being a 30-foot rear yard setback.
Thank you.
All right, number 5, Nasir Ariza, 724 Bristol Lane, Levittown, PA.
My name is Dawn Tancredi.
Microphones in here, we can't hear a thing, nobody at home can either. Okay. Everything's off.
My name is Dawn.
It's hot in here.
Jim, I ask a question? I ask a question. Is it Tancredi? Did I pronounce it right?
Tancredi.
Tancredi.
Yes.
Okay. Exhibit number 6 in your packet that you handed up has 2 pictures, and it shows the property was posted. Do you know the date that it was hung on the pole?
Pull that mic closer.
Do you know the date that it was posted?
March 27.
Great.
Okay, you can proceed.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Chair and members of the board. My name is Dawn Tancredi, here representing Nasir Mirza, owner of 7023 Beaver Dam Road. I did turn in a packet of information, which includes a copy of our appeal, plans, comment response letter, notice to neighbors, posting photos, and photos of the property and surrounding areas. I would ask that that be incorporated into the record. Mr. Nasir Mirza is here tonight along with his son Faizan, who is also standing beside me. We are asking for 2 variances, one for off-street parking and one for off-street loading. My client previously appeared before this board and obtained approval for his commercial warehouse. His company, Royal Vending Cart Company, has been in business for over 20 years, consulting, customizing, and fabricating food trucks, carts, and trailers. His existing business is located at 7024 Bristol Pike, which is behind and adjacent to 7023 Beaver Dam Road, the subject of tonight's hearing. My client has proposed to convert the existing building at 7023 Beaver Dam Road into an office and commercial warehouse. He plans to construct a 3,700 square foot commercial warehouse addition here. A variance was granted for the warehouse on January 16th of 2024 to permit the manufacturing warehouse. Today, we are here requesting a variance for a parking space and a loading zone due to the size and shape of the lot. The variances are necessary here due to the lot size and configuration. In order to build a viable warehouse, the lot size cannot physically accommodate 2 off-street loading spaces and 3 parking spaces. It does permit space for 1 off-street loading and 2 parking spaces. Of note, my witness will testify that any additional loading space or parking spaces beyond what has been provided would not be used. There is no adverse impact to the neighborhood. The request does not create any traffic issues. Adjacent parcels, many of which are larger, have their own parking, and there's also street parking here. This is the least minimum variance to afford relief and allow reasonable use of the property. As for seeking the least minimum variance, the variance could not be any less. We are only asking for basically 1 unit, permission for 1 parking space and 1 loading space, less than what is required.
Okay, is that it? Okay. Good, swear.
Okay. Can you put your name on the record?
Faizan Mirza, M-I-R-Z-A.
Your first name spelled.
F-A-I-Z-A-N.
And Faizan, are you familiar with 7?
Just for a minute.
Sorry.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Faizan, are you familiar with 7023 Beaver Dam Road?
Yes.
And what is your relationship to the property?
I'm the owner's son.
Okay. Could you please describe the proposed warehouse and how it will be used?
It'll be a 45 by 86 warehouse, and with the loading dock, we'll be taking trucks in and doing all our manufacturing and storage inside the warehouse.
Okay. Was the warehouse already approved?
Yes.
Okay. As for the plans that have been submitted, could another parking space and off-street loading space fit?
No,
And why is that?
because of the rear and side yard setbacks.
Would any additional cars fit in front of the existing house?
No.
how does this site complement 7024 Bristol Pike?
It just adds a warehouse in which we can do all our work in and gives us more room.
And how many employees would there be on both of these sites together?
2.
And how many parking spaces exist between the two?
7.
Would you anticipate using an extra loading space if you had it?
No.
Is there on-street parking here?
Yes.
And can you describe the parking situation for surrounding properties?
There is plenty of parking around the surrounding properties.
Is this request the least minimum request to afford relief?
Yes.
And as for what you heard me say, my testimony, did you hear my testimony?
Yes.
Was it accurate and true?
Yes.
And do you adopt that as your own?
Yep.
Is that it? Okay. Anybody have any questions from the board? No? No? Bo? Okay. Anybody from the audience? Yes. Come on up. Please. Get sworn in.
My name's Matthew Ortlip, 4827 Beaver Dam Road, Ortlip. I'm really.
I have to swear you in first.
Oh.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Absolutely. I can only thank the board for hearing the citizens. I want to say I'm one of these citizens who think you've actually been doing a great job. If you drive up and down Beaver Dam Road, the redevelopment on this road has been very good, from the Dunkin' Donuts to Fala Auto Group. However, Mr. Nasser is not here to improve our community. There is no off-street parking. The road is 20 feet wide with no shoulders. You can look at it yourself. The alley at Van Kirk and Beaver Dam Road is actually, I have the rights to, midway, the parking, and the other side would be Andy Gallo at 4901 Beaver Dam Road, whose property frontage is torn up with at least 50 foot of tire tracks. These people are talking about parking. These are 18-wheelers. I have 146 videos and photos of, let's just call them occurrences since Christmas. They moved in right before Christmas. Easter was trucks humming in my gardens. Nobody can sleep. But that's my issues. I'm here to protect my property values from them allowing them to exploit our community. And yes, it is a community. I live there and own 3 lots. Andy, my neighbor, owns 2 lots. His lots are solely residential. He can only build houses there right across the street from his 18-wheelers. He tells you it's just a couple of vehicles. I have repeated photographs showing at least 7 trailers, 5 18-wheelers in this lot. The lot dimensions are 87 by 166 by 72 by 230. Trucks are 85 feet long. Do the math. They do not fit. I came here for the sole interest of protecting my property value. But then after speaking to my neighbors, I'm actually here protecting the whole block. There's actually 2 SEPTA buses right out in front of my house and right on the property line of their property. There's a school bus stop literally 60 feet up the road with a school bus stop sign. There's a watch children sign. I have some other notes I'd like to go over with you. It's just dangerous. There's the Spanish American Community Church directly across the street. The so-called warehouse building they have is actually a girls' school right now, literally right next door. And I have the pictures if you'd like to see them. I know I'm under oath, so I know by me making these statements is something tangible. I am not belittling their reputation. I'd actually like to see him succeed if he's going to own the property. Do right by it. Put the drain basin on Beaver Dam Road on the residential side. It's the lowest point of the property. Park the trucks in the front of the motel on Route 13 where they belong. That lot is 4 times the size of the lot they want to utilize. Pretty much so, I'm here to talk about these issues, but it's also flooding. They have no way to contain their existing water runoff. None. Zilch, zero. Just drive by. The parking lot looks like moon surface, okay? But anyway, since they don't have any ability to handle their water runoff, it is literally running across the street and down my alley at Van Kirk Street, which ports into Silver Lake Park. Now, they're going to tell you they're not working on trucks, but I have multiple incidences showing otherwise of them all day working on 5 rigs. Now, if you want this information, I will provide it. I know I'm under oath. Everything I say here, I can be held accountable for. I'm not just trying to, I'm probably selling. Somebody gives me my 680, my 380 for the house, and my 150 for each of my lots, I'm out of there, okay? But that's not going to help everybody. That's not going to help Abdul next door, whose child plays basketball for Truman High, who's got to walk past there every day with his mom. It's not going to help Dago's widow sell her house now that her husband's passed away. It's just, we have the Hindu church and temple coming up the street. It's really looking good between the Dunkin' Donuts, the Hindu temple, the residences, all the way from the corner. I've spoken to every homeowner. If you hold this vote off till next meeting, I will provide a petition with everybody's name on them. However, I did speak to Cy at Follow Auto Group, the owner. He is against this project also. We are all in agreement this is bad for the community. I'm old, I'm retired. I worked in this community 35 years. I paid the property taxes on that land. I didn't expect to retire to trucks literally in my front yard. They'll tell you I'm a crabby old bastard. Excuse the language, and maybe I am. But I know right from wrong. And I believe you have always made the right decisions with the community and guard. This is already a high-risk community. Everybody knows it. That hotel doesn't have a good name at all. We need help. We need representation. We need you to say no to this. And then we need a plan to deal with this runoff water. The whole block is being flooded.
Mr. Gebb, I know you.
And that's it. That's all I think I've said everything. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Yeah, I'm just going to throw this out there, sir. Are you familiar with the location? Because you're referring to places that are miles away from where they're speaking about. You know, Beaver Dam connects 2 locations, right? 7023 Beaver Dam is off of Bristol Pike and connects to Edgeley. You are nowhere near this property.
No,
I just
I'm
want
at 4827.
but you're referring to Fellow Auto Group and you're referring to Duncan, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
up the road from Duncan.
That is nowhere near this.
It is the Village Lodge application for zoning, rezoning at the Village Lodge.
This isn't for Village Lodge.
Okay, well, then I apologize. All that information applies for this, what's coming up at the Village Lodge. I didn't want to waste my breath, but everything still applies. I
tried to grab you before that. You're referencing a lot of items that are nowhere near this project.
Well, it was posted up there, and I got the wrong information.
Okay.
And it was
No, it's fine. I tried to catch you early that you're referring to something that this is nowhere near.
Okay. Then when might we be addressing this issue? Because it was posted for tonight.
That could be on next Monday's agenda.
Okay, well, there was
20th.
There was 2 postings on the sign, on the
I would bring that energy to next meeting then.
Well, I've already been sending it in writing. I've asked the township manager to send a copy to each one of you on this board. This is a real issue. Andy Gallo's on board.
Okay.
Follow the auto groups on board, and we need your help. I don't want to come here. I don't. You do a good job without me.
See you next Monday. Next Monday. That's it. Right, thank you. All right, okay. All right, so that was beautiful. I mean, it was very, very nice.
Good practice,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anybody else
For this application.
for this application? Okay, all right. Fair enough. All right, I need a motion. I'm gonna make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mark DeMarcus,
Yes.
Colleen Dunn,
Yes.
Jim McMahon, yes. All right, there you go. All right?
Thank you.
Yep, fair enough.
Have a good evening.
Right, you too. All right, last but not least, Womack RE Holdings LLC, River Road, Croydon, please come on up. Okay. Thank you. I didn't know where, I don't know.
I may have left out, I think he may have left out before he said right.
I saw him, he kept raising his finger, I'm like, he's got something good.
Fair enough.
We're good. Well, at least we know what we're looking for next month, next week.
I think I'm gonna be sick that day. All right, you can proceed. You gotta ask any questions? No. Okay, proceed.
All right, just procedurally speaking, applicants' pre-marked exhibits A, 6, and 7 address the pre-hearing notice requirements. The mailings occurred on the 26th of March, the property posting on the 24th of March. And the photos and affidavit of posting demonstrate compliance. Good evening, and thank you for your patience this evening. My name is Ryan Jennings. I have the pleasure of representing your final applicant this evening, Womack RE Holdings LLC. I'm joined by my two anticipated hearing witnesses, Brandon Womack and Nathan Reese, the engineer. I anticipate that both will provide very brief testimony this evening as it pertains to our requests for variance relief. The subject property is located at 815 Patterson Avenue, and it is actually comprised of two separate parcels. Those two parcels are actually owned by the Croydon Fire Company, number 1. We have representatives of that fire department in the back. To date, we are actually aware of no opposition to this application, thankfully, and we are here in the right procedural context, meaning we are not here because of notices of violation or any issues with the neighborhood. We are here because Mr. Womack is trying to develop and redevelop this site appropriately. In order to do so, we do require some variance relief, as alluded to. Thankfully, what we do propose is a reduction in impervious coverage on the site, and what we're proposing by way of a proposed garage actually comes nowhere close to the maximum allowable building area, which is 35% in this MS zoning district. What we're proposing amounts to about 21%. We intend to construct a garage on the property to facilitate an existing governmental and emergency vehicles service upfitting business. My client currently serves local, state, and federal governmental agencies, including Bristol Township, through the outfitting of these emergency vehicles. Some of the dimensional variance relief that we seek is actually intended to match existing legal nonconformities. That said, we are not exacerbating instances of noncompliance. We're actually matching building lines so that we're not enlarging the nonconformities. As far as the use variance relief we do seek, we're seeking that out of an abundance of caution. And I say that because this vehicle upfitting business isn't easily characterized or classified in your township code. As you might imagine, the closest fit, according to the zoning office, is actually automotive repair. I would represent to the board that we are not, in its truest sense, an automotive repair business. We do vehicle upfitting. We're not conducting oil changes. We're not swapping and repairing transmissions or engines. We're not painting vehicles. We're not storing hazardous wastes or materials of any kind. We're simply outfitting emergency vehicles. So with that, I want to get my two witnesses sworn simultaneously, if I may. Gentlemen, could you please stand and raise your right hand and be sworn?
Brandon Womack, last name's W-O-M-A-C-K.
Nathan Reese, last name R-E-E-S.
You both swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Brandon, what is Womack RE Holdings LLC?
It's just the management company for our properties.
And are you a principal of that entity?
I am.
Are you familiar with the application that brings us here this evening?
Yes, I am.
And is that application pre-marked as Applicant's Exhibit A1?
Yes, it is.
Is your LLC the legal owner of the subject properties, being 815 Patterson Avenue?
No, we are not.
So who owns the property?
Croydon Volunteer Fire Company 1.
And is the fire company's ownership demonstrated through Exhibit A2, which is a deed to the subject parcels?
Yes, it is.
And has the fire company formally authorized you to act on its behalf to pursue the zoning relief necessary?
Yes.
And has it provided written authorization to that effect?
Yes, it has.
And that's the document marked as Exhibit A3?
Yes.
What is the subject property presently used for?
Right now, we're using the garage just for vehicle tinting and decals on our police cars, unmarked police cars, medic units, things like that, where we're adding the decals onto the side of the vehicle at that location currently.
Okay, and if you turn to A4, there's an aerial map. Could you generally describe for the board's benefit the location of the subject parcels?
Yeah, so there's two separate parcels. One is split to the top right-hand side. The property runs along Patterson Avenue and along State Road. The entrances are currently on State Road. There's two gates. The gate that's furthest from, if you're looking at that on the right side, that would be one parcel. And then the larger parcel, which will house the two-car garage in the office building, would be on the parcel to the left.
And as I alluded to, the property is located in the township's MS Municipal Services Zoning District, correct?
That's correct.
Served by public water and sewer?
That is correct.
And the property currently features an existing one-story frame building and a paved and gravel areas, correct?
That is correct.
And is it your intention to construct a modestly sized 6,000 square foot garage building?
That is correct.
And that would essentially run parallel to Patterson Avenue, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. And would the garage structure that you propose have the same yard setback area from the Patterson Avenue setback as the property's existing building?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so is it accurate to state, as I did at the outset, that you wouldn't then be exacerbating the existing setback issue?
That is correct.
Okay. What do you propose to use the garage structure for? Why do you need to construct a garage here?
So we're upfitting emergency vehicles. So this is police cars, medic units for federal, state, local agencies. A place to secure the vehicles at night. Obviously, right now, we're down on River Road. We've been down there for the last 6 years. And we need a larger facility based off the number of vehicles we upfit. Bristol Township being one of them, and along with the Bucks County Sheriff's Office, Falls Township, and multiple agencies that are within the Bucks County that we service. But obviously, stolen cars are a big issue. Stolen catalytic converters are a big issue throughout the county. So we want to be able to secure those vehicles, especially our Dodge Chargers right now.
And it's fair to suggest that you have an existing relationship with the Croydon Volunteer Fire Company?
Yes, we do.
As far as vehicles serviced, you alluded to the fact that you're serving local, state, and federal vehicles?
That's correct.
And is that the vast majority of the vehicles that you're servicing?
Yeah, about 98% of the vehicles we service are all emergency service, municipal, state, local, and federal. The other 2% are normally maybe a construction company that's adding lights to their car, private security companies, things like that.
Okay. And right now, how many employees would you estimate you have?
We have 8 employees currently. That's including tech and management and reception.
And this proposal is in no way an opportunity or it's not purposed to expand your existing operations. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's in support of our current operations that we have now.
So if this 6,000 square foot garage were able to be constructed and utilized, you wouldn't then increase drastically from 8 employees to 10 or 12 or 14?
No, our employees that we have now will continue to work for us, and we don't expand that employee repertoires now.
And you're only a Monday through Friday operation?
That is correct. We operate Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30 for the most part. If we have something where it's an emergency drop-off or somebody's light bar is not working, which happens, we will stay to try to accommodate those agencies.
But otherwise, barring any of those unique circumstances, you are not accepting of walk-in customers, correct?
We do not accept any walk-in customers except for law enforcement agencies mainly.
Okay. Given the property's corner location, does it technically have 3 front yards?
Yes, it technically does, yes.
And is it uniquely L-shaped, would you say?
It is.
Okay. Has the township determined that your proposed use most closely mirrors that of an automotive repair use?
That is correct. That's what the only classification we could find for that.
In some preliminary discussions with the township, including some township consultant review letters, the township engineer, Gilmore and Associates, actually opined that this could technically be considered a municipal services use or an emergency services use, though, right?
That is correct.
But nonetheless, we're here out of an abundance of caution seeking a use variance, should this board determine that it most closely resembles an automotive repair.
That is correct.
But again, you're not, just so the board can hear your sworn testimony, you're not performing traditional automotive repair type services here.
That's correct. We have no ASE certified mechanics. We're not doing oil changes, brake jobs, or anything like that. We're not doing body shop. We literally do upfitting of the emergency vehicles, prisoner partition, anything that goes in a police car, medic unit, things like that.
Okay. And one of the last piece of zoning relief that we require would be to allow a reduction of the required off-street parking spaces for the use, correct?
That's correct.
And what you're proposing is to allocate 25 designated spaces, right?
That's correct.
Do you feel as though 25 is sufficient here?
That's more than sufficient. I mean, ultimately, we have about 8 employees, and then we have in and out police departments picking up a car, taking a car out, dropping a car off. So we don't have your static customer that's coming in to shop our store or anything like that.
And will the extra parking spaces allow for the storage of these emergency vehicles as they are dropped off and picked up by these governmental agencies?
That's correct. Our goal is to put most of them in the garage. Obviously, for safekeeping, it is a fenced-in lot, but if we could put everything in our garage, that's what we would primarily do.
And one of the review comments that we received through the sketch plan process, because this project will require subdivision and land development after zoning approval, correct?
That's correct.
One of the comments that we received was a request to remove one of the access points off of State Road. Do you recall that?
That is correct.
And you are agreeable to removing one of those 2 entry points?
That is correct. We will close off that gate.
And that's the entry point located closest to the corner of Patterson Avenue and State Road?
That is correct.
And that will actually lead to a reduction of impervious cover, right?
That is correct.
Okay. For purposes of this hearing and your subdivision and land development process, did you engage Howell Engineering to perform your surveying and your engineering needs?
I did.
And did you also commission Howell to prepare this variance exhibit, which we've pre-marked as applicant's exhibit A5?
Yes, we did.
Do you have any reason whatsoever to believe that your proposed use will detract from or cause harm to neighboring properties?
Absolutely not.
Do you suspect that what you will redevelop the property with will beautify the property, reduce impervious cover, and also improve pedestrian and vehicular safety?
Yes, we do believe that.
Okay. Any adverse effect anticipated to public health, safety, morals, or general welfare?
No.
Any alteration to the essential character of the neighborhood or the MS zoning district?
No.
Do you anticipate any detrimental economic impact to the township or upon emergency services?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
In fact, I think we help it because it's obviously a police officer coming to pick up cars. People see that, and I think it's a natural deterrent to have those vehicles there.
Are you aware of any opposition whatsoever to the application?
I am not.
What about support from the community as well as the fire company?
Yes, I believe we have support of the fire company in this process.
Very good. Those are all the questions I have for this first witness.
Okay.
I'm happy to forego additional testimony from the engineering witness. If you have specific questions as it pertains to the plan, we're happy to get into that. I can have my engineer briefly testify as to some of the plan features if you feel it's sufficient. I don't want to belabor the point or keep you here longer than necessary.
What's the pleasure of the board? I just had a couple, so you're gonna build this garage and then you're saying all the vehicles are gonna be put into the garage?
The hope is to put all the vehicles that we're working on inside the garage.
Right now, it's a mess.
It is, and we had a federal agency drop off.
I live in Croydon, I ride by there, and it's, even the River Road, your River Road area there's a lot of cars out there.
There is.
I mean, River Road is River Road. That's, more warehouses and stuff
Right.
like that. So you're telling me that most of these cars are gonna be put inside this garage?
That is correct. We actually had a big drop off, 45 cars from an agency, and that's what happened there all at once.
All right.
So that's a little bit unique for us where we're at.
All right.
But normally, as you've been down River Road multiple times, it sounds like we normally have a lot filled like that is our normal lot size.
Fair enough. All right. My next question. So the entrance and the exit will be off of Patterson Avenue?
No, it'll be State Road.
State Road, okay.
State Road.
All right, okay.
Yeah, there's 2 rolling gates. We're going to close the
And
one.
How do you propose you're gonna beautify this area?
I think actually putting up trees, fixing up the fences, obviously, if you rode past there, the fences are falling
sure.
down in some aspects and some are broken. So putting up new fencing, I think, obviously to secure our items for one, but also to add some, landscaping, greenery, things like that to help with that space.
Okay, that was my next question, securing the area, fencing. Okay. No tire storage, none of that
No.
stuff? Okay. All right, that's all I got. Anybody else? Kelly? Nope. Mark? Good. Bo? Anybody from the audience? For or against? No? Okay. All right.
Oh, I do have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
I had the pleasure of using that spot to park for a funeral there last week. If need be, would the fire department be able to use that to park just for, the firefighters or those?
For special
attending
things, absolutely. We've had that discussion with the fire department as well, moving vehicles if we need to allow for parking there, absolutely.
There is no parking there.
Right now, yes, ma'am.
whatsoever. I mean, but thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me hear what you guys got.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Okay, Colleen Dunn.
Yes.
Mark DeMarcus. Yes. Jim McMahon, yes. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be riding by there, so.
Come on by. If you read by recently, a lot of them are gone already. We
Okay.
got them upfitted and they're
I
out.
haven't been past there in a couple weeks, but,
Sounds good. Thank you.
all right. Motion to adjourn, please. All in favor? Meeting adjourned. Don't blow it. All right. Okay, see you guys next Monday.